Let's understand the features of a perfect market. Let's take a small example. Let's say you visit a vegetable market and you inquire prices for potato, and the shopkeeper says the price is rupees 5 per kg. So you visit many other sellers now. You are not taking your decision with a single shop. You visit many other seller shopkeepers, and they also say the price is rupees 5 per kg. That is, all shopkeepers are selling the potatoes at rupees 5 per kg. So what you notice here, or what you can infer here, is there are large number of buyers and sellers for potato in this market, and all the shopkeepers are selling the potato at rupees 5 per kg. So what you notice, product homogeneity, that is, product is homogeneous. All sellers are selling almost same quality of the potato everywhere. So you cannot judge by seeing potatoes from which farmer's field they had actually come from. So this scenario is the perfectly competitive market. This is the scenario of perfectly competitive market. So if you take perfect competitive market, it will have features like large number of buyers and sellers, and they'll be competing among themselves so that no buyer or seller can influence the demand or supply. And the commodity which are dealt with are homogeneous in nature, that in the sense that goods produced by different firms are actually identical in nature, and every firm is free to enter the market or to go out of the market. Okay, so if these conditions are fulfilled, then we'll call that as pure competition. So the essence of pure competition is absence of monopolistic element. The essence of pure competition is absence of monopolistic element. That is, there will be large number of producers. Producers numbers are so large, the commodity is same, and everyone has the liberty to enter the industry. So monopolistic combinations are not possible here. Okay, so apart from the discussed conditions, there are some more conditions that are attached with pure competition. What are those items? Number one, there is a perfect knowledge on the part of buyers and sellers. There is a perfect knowledge on the part of buyers and sellers regarding the quantities of goods in the market. They have knowledge about the market conditions. They know the prices at which those goods are purchased or sold in the market. So this is very critical. That is, there is a perfect knowledge on the part of buyer and seller. They know what is the quantity available, at what price, what is the market condition, all information they know. That is, there is a perfect knowledge. Number two, facilities exist for movement of goods from one center to another. And buyers also have no preference for any particular seller. That is, buyers have no difference or no preference as between different sellers and as between different units of commodity. Similarly, the sellers are also quite indifferent as to whom they sell. Then comes this point, that is, goods are sold at uniform price throughout the market. So at any given point of time, the goods are sold at uniform price. So here what happens is, all firms are basically price takers. All firms are only price takers. They have to accept the price which is determined by the market forces of demand and supply. If a firm changes price, say for example, if it increases price, it would lose the customer. If it increases the price, they have to lose the customer. And if they decrease the price, actually there is no incentive, because because they are decreasing, no one is going to come and purchase, or there is no direct benefit. So no seller will try to increase or decrease the price. They basically accept the prices. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you liked it. If you wish to learn more on this topic, do check our comprehensive online course. I have given the link in the description below. If you like this video lecture, do not forget to click on that like, share and subscribe button with bell icon.